Hey,
No.
you won't let me in. Can you believe this shit? Let me in. Let me in. Hey, now, come on, man.
What?
Fucking hate bodybuilders. Put steroids in themselves like this. Matt Sen from Rage TV. Guess who I've just bumped into? Not only just the world president of WABA, Mr. Scott Alton himself. How are you, Scott? You well?
I'm fine, brother. Thank you.
Brilliant. Thanks for taking the time to have a quick chat with me.
You're welcome.
So tell me about what's happening today.
Well, basically, Aaron Lambo is jacked up and organised Legends Live. He's brought over Tom Platz, SAMIR, BANNOUT and CORNEY over for a nice evening's entertainment, questions and answers, a few bodybuilding tales of high adventure. That's the plan. That's what we intend to do tonight. Just have a good evening, let people meet the top stars from back in the 80s, because these are people that I was brought up with. You know, back in the late 70s, early 80s, these guys were the real legends. They were the top stars. They were on the cover of every magazine. So SAMIR's won the Olympia, Platz has placed in the top 6 God knows how many times. Ed Corney's won the Masters Olympia. What they haven't won between them isn't worth winning.
The thing is, there is passion, and you got to do things right. When you do things right, you train hard, you learn how to recuperate, how to apply intensity, and all that. I mean, you got guys here in England that won Miss Olympia 6 times. And so this didn't come in by accident. Everything is by design. I mean, now I say this because I see my buddy Tom Platz several times walking. He's like walking after the workout. You know what? There's no free ride. It's called intensity. It's called activating the deep muscle fiber. It's called, you're gonna train. This is hard work. It's high intensity type of training. You need to activate that deep muscle fiber to stimulate growth and learn how to eat and how to do things. So, you know, we're getting better as we're moving forward. Unfortunately, as Scott stated, some of those guys, they're not looking at the posing routine. Posing routine is part of showing elegance and the beauty of the body.
On the first day of training, before training, he says, Eddie, we have 2 choices. We train or we train. God damn, here was a guy that he thought like I did. So we did. And after training, after the movie Pumping Iron, he says, Eddie, you enter the Olympia. I'm 44. My first show, the Olympia in South Africa. Colombo beat me by 5 points. He didn't stop me though. That's who I am. Nobody stopped me.
I had to make him think I didn't like him to mess him up. And on purpose, I would mess with him. You know, make him eat certain foods so he would mess up. I tried, but he pulled it off in '83. But he was far superior to anything I had going on genetically. So I had to train the way I trained, and I had to do what I did. And I don't mean I really messed with him that much, a little bit, because
it was all good.
You know, when he won in '83 in Germany, it was just unbelievable, and I'll never forget that day. You know, he finally pulled it off. I would have loved to have won during my career myself, but I wouldn't trade for the world. I think losing Olympia for me gave me a career. I know you don't understand that, but I'm still working, and it's been 50 years in the business, you know, and I'm still doing stuff, and it's a thrill and it's an honor.
Train T-bars. Ed, what do you want? 7 plates. You're kidding. 7 plates. Bench press. What do you want, Ed? First set, 405. Why not? Triceps, kickbacks, 150s, 160s, 170s. Why not? I made myself strong. You know, I've had a heart condition. My whole family's been that way. You know, I'm not a crier. I just don't give up.
Good job, man. Good job.
When I was training in the gym and really training right, man, cardio, how can I do cardio on top of this? I mean, we were doing 10-minute rep sets. We were doing, I didn't even count reps. We just, how much time do you do the set for, you know? And I'll do that 20 times, and okay, let's go on to the next body part, you know? Whenever that, I couldn't do anymore. So it really wasn't about sets and reps. It was just about annihilating, and Lee Haney doesn't like the word annihilate. He likes the word, what does he say?
Stimulate.
Stimulate. I was an annihilation guy, okay? And I responded to that. Now, some cardio can be effective, but you know, I used to send cardio equipment overseas, ellipticals, and there's money is in cardio. The money of the equipment industry is in cardio. But really, it's you can get just as much benefit and better benefit out of, you can combine aerobic work and anaerobic work in the gym by working out. Really don't need all the cardio. And I think most people coming up, climbing the ranks, do too much cardio and they lose muscle. They lose too much muscle to get in condition.
So finally I hit on this song called When a Man Loves a Woman. I choreographed that. I dissected it into 5 different parts, took one part at a time, put poses to it and transitions. Now I had to see myself from every angle. So what do? My garage. Mirror on the left, mirror on the right, mirror in front, mirror in the back. Top angle front mirror, top angle back mirror. I wanted to see how I looked from top to bottom. Every move, every facial expression, hand placement had to be determined. And that's just what I did.
It's been an amazing night. I wasn't really not sure what to expect, but we've had non-stop positive feedback from people saying that they've put the oomph back into their training. It's given them the, you know, that incentive again. And that's what we wanted. We wanted the stories, and as you've heard from the athletes themselves, they loved it. There'll definitely be another Legends Live next year, and it's going to be bigger. We'll have a lot more time to plan it.
Yeah, I'd like to say thank you for everyone that came to support the evening tonight. I mean, what an evening, mate. Well done. Yeah. Well done. Congratulations.
Well, thanks to all the trade stands and that, and people that supported us, and
we'll be back next
even
year.
The athletes.
Bigger and better.
Yeah, 100%.